Here at McCormick Place in downtown Chicago. Welcome to the Mind of Matter YouTube channel. Let's go inside and check out some cars.
All right, the supercar and exotic car section, as usual to me, not that exciting. Just a bunch of Bentleys and Maseratis and stuff. But there's two cars here worth calling out to me. The first one is right here, this Rolls-Royce with these amazing wheels. These look like the old, what would you call them, phantom wheels, shadow wheels. Wow. I can't wait to see these on a Volkswagen Golf near me. How cool are they though? Seriously, those are amazing. Those are definitely going to get picked up by the aftermarket by someone. Stance Works or someone's going to put these wheels on something. Those are epic. Anyway, the second car is the Countach, which I love. I know it got a lot of crap when it was revealed. People were not super cool with the design, or they didn't think it paid enough tribute to the original Countach, but I think it's amazing. I love it, and of all the cars in the exotic section, that'd be the one I want. Probably the most expensive too, unfortunately, but I think it's fantastic. The tail is amazing. Look at those taillights. Okay, it's not the Countach from the 80s, but for a modern interpretation, I think Lamborghini did an excellent job. I'm not even a huge Lamborghini fan, but I don't know how people can criticize this thing. It's just fantastic. And Lexus went with the yoke steering wheel on their version of the Subaru Solterra. So that was unexpected. This one's the best looking of the three, I guess, but surprised to see the yoke steering wheel after all the crap that Tesla has for theirs. If you ever question why LEDs are superior to the old halogen style, look at this.
Get out of my way.
This is real get out of your way lights. That's just asking politely. Oh, halogens are gross. I love old cars. Halogen lights are gross to me now. Kia had the best driving simulators, both their on-road and off-road version. The on-road one was at the Nürburgring. Fantastic job, Kia. However, if you can't keep it virtual and you do your speeding on the real roads, better check your mirror for these guys. And today I learned that Lexus has their own version of the Corolla. That's what this is, right? Like the Corolla in another one of my videos here from the auto show. This is surely Corolla based, right? Weird. Look at these fins. It's 1959 again. That's interesting. I still like it. Here in the more sporty section of Toyota, you can see the new Corolla GR, which I'm a huge fan of. I love this car. It's a European style derived rally car homologation type car. You can find the Yaris GR overseas, the much shorter wheelbase version of this. This is a Corolla, so it's a little bigger, but has a lot of the underpinnings you'd find in the GR Yaris from overseas. So I'm excited that this made it to our shores. Thank you, former president of Toyota, Akio Toyoda. And I'm really glad that he brought this here for Americans to enjoy. You can find them almost at MSRP already. So if you're lucky enough to find one of the 7,000 or so that they're building this year, you can take advantage and enjoy one of those. However, there's a special version as well that's a lot harder to find. Good luck finding one of those. One thing I find interesting about these is since front fenders can easily be unbolted from the car, on any car pretty much, it's easy for them to stamp and create a new wide body front fender and adapt it to any sporting version of a car like this one. The back fenders, however, on most cars are integrated into the C-pillar, integrated down into the bumper, and they're not unboltable. They're a much more permanently affixed structural part of the car. So automakers have to decide, how are we going to adapt this wide body kit to this low volume sporting car and still make money on it without having to do a lot of manual massaging. So what they do is they often tack on this fender right here. You can see the seam, and this plastic cladding is meant to emulate the flare you'd see in the front and the flare you'd see on maybe a more purpose-built car like the Yaris, but not incur all the costs that you'd have of re-stamping and remanufacturing this whole panel right here, this quarter panel. To make this seamless and make it blend into the front of the car nicely, they added this plastic cladding here. Again, not as cool as having sheet metal extend out past the door, like you'd find in maybe a home-built desert truck or a custom-built desert truck or something, but still pretty cool. And then on the back, the bumper is custom to this model, the GR. It's flared out, as you can see, and again, meant to match the plastic panel that they added here. So still pretty cool. I love this car. But every time I see that, not only that I know that it's plastic cladding on it, I also know that it doesn't exactly match the front curvature. I wish they might have maybe just, I don't know, designed it a little bit different. So like maybe the height of the flare between here and here is a little closer. I don't know. I'm probably just complaining about tiny things here. But other than that, I love this car. And when they get cheap, I bet I'll be buying one too. Now, I got to give credit to Honda on the other hand. Honda made their front fenders easy to do, right? You just unbolt them. They're bulgy on the Type R here. But they also made the rear fenders bulgy. See that? And they match. The style matches front and rear. Here's the regular Civic, not the Type R. You can see it's narrower. So you know that Honda improved it for the Type R with actual sheet metal, instead of just a tack-on plastic that Toyota did. You know I'm a huge Toyota fan, but for people that care about flares, point to Honda on this one. On the other hand, here's the other extreme of custom-built rally car level. So this isn't an actual race car, but it's meant to look like one. And you can see the extent at which they spend on these fender flares, different from the street version and different, of course, than the stock normal version. These look like a Metro 6R4 Group B car, if you remember that car. Here's a picture of it. I love these box flares. They look both crude and purposeful. They're very flat and slab-sided, easy sheet metal manufacturing, easy replacement if you hit a tree back on the rally stage. But at the same time, they're just so menacing and mean looking. You can see right through the bottom part, at least for aerodynamics, how it's gonna allow the air to pass through there to improve aerodynamic efficiency. Of course, it's gonna stop rocks and gravel from flying out, but look at the difference, how much cooler this car looks compared to even the very cool Corolla GR flares over there. Obviously not meant for the road, so I get why it looks totally different, but I would love it if this street version had flares that kind of matched front and rear like this one does. They're a lot more comparable front and rear. But
And sorry about the rant about the flares. Let's move on to something else, shall we? All right, for the last segment here, I have something kind of fun and off the wall. Toyota had a pretty awesome setup of sports that people could participate in. There was speed skating, swimming, hockey, high jump, all sorts of sports you can see here in the video that you could try out. I felt like I was in a Wii Sports Resort, except it was real life, which is pretty fun. We tried most of the sports. We didn't do everything, but if you try the hockey shoot, you get a free puck. And at the end, if you do the events, you can also get a medal, as you can see here. Jim and I did very well, both finishing in gold. So well done to us. I think my favorite activity was curling. That was really fun, and I got a pretty good gif you saw here at the beginning of me jumping into the mattress, the inflatable pool. That was pretty awesome too. And then towards the end, we discovered the wheelchair basketball. Jim and I had some fun trying to get some buckets in. I only got a couple of them. It was pretty hard to stay coordinated, steering the wheelchair while also shooting. And then we decided to have a race as well, and Toyota was a really good sport in accommodating our fun.
3, 2, 1, go. Uh-oh. Hey.
A is right. Well, so long from the Chicago Auto Show this year. Stay subscribed for more videos coming up from Mind of Matter, and thanks for watching.